right, 3 movies. We got this.
We gotta be concise.
We gotta be concise and
Can't be over in 45 minutes.
No.
Hey friends, welcome back to the CNT review.
This is where we review anything from food to fashion and everything in between.
And before we get started, you already know what to do. You need to like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, like, comment, subscribe, notification bell. Period. Hey y'all. Hi.
All right, so we are back. We are in season 5. We're doing a part 1 and a part 2 and a part 2.5.
Period.
We're in the part 2.5 bit. Last week we started our Academy Award review, aka Oscars. Academy Award is just so many words.
Yeah.
Oscars is just so simple. It just comes out. But they are officially the Academy Awards, right?
Yes.
So we started that last week, so we're going to continue that this time. Actually, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
It was 2 weeks ago. I was like, it was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So we are doing 3 movies this round. So stay tuned. We're doing.
Stay tuned and lock in.
What are we doing? Dune.
We're doing Anora. We're doing.
I'm still here. Now, I'm still here. People have been in these comments like, "Ooh, I'm anticipating y'all talking about I'm still here."
I'm still here.
So you're gonna hear it today. Okay?
Okay.
But we start with Dune now.
Once in a generation, a film rises to become the defining movie of that. Critics are raving. Dune is a remarkable achievement in every sense.
You know, I'm the only one who believes you're gonna make it.
I got that.
You are not prepared for what is to come.
Let me fight beside you.
I'll show you the way.
Holy mother. You young pup.
I have a gift for you, Arrakis.
This isn't over yet.
Together, we'll bury the Empire.
Acting. It's weird that I did this.
Yeah, I was like,
I
wow.
didn't like it.
I was thinking like,
I didn't like it. Okay.
LOL. Okay, acting for Dune. I feel like I'm gonna say this in every video. It should be at this point, you know, with the top tier of it all. But acting was great. I feel like I just kept remembering, and this has nothing to do with his acting, and maybe it does, but I just kept saying, man, that little jumping bean Timothy Chalamet is
Jumping bean is hilarious.
Actually, how old is he? Because I feel like I'm so much older than him.
Okay, 24, 25 maybe? I don't know.
Getting older and older. 26, 29.
He's dating Kylie Jenner. And I think she has to be like 24.
Okay, all right. So the whole time I just kept being like, man, he's a handsome man. Whole movie. I was like, and then with the blue eyes,
they knew what they was doing. And the dark hair,
the dark
eyes,
the blue eyes, and the dark hair. I was just like, man, okay, let me finish looking at his acting. And every time he did something, I was like, look at him go. Like, I kept thinking about jumping bean. And I mean that in the best possible way, you know? I kept thinking about it, so I didn't see Wonka, but you know, obviously I know the character he was playing.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Right, so I kept thinking about
Jelly Bean, I said Wonka.
That's crazy because I didn't see it, but I know he was the character. And I was thinking about like who he would have been as Willy Wonka versus who he was this, and I was just like, dang, he said, period, it's range for me, period. So yeah, he was great. It's also good to see Austin Butler not as Elvis, and probably other stuff, but I can't remember other stuff that he was doing, but he was like this chaotic murderous machine, and I said, oh my God. He said, again, same range, don't put me in a box. It was good to see Florence Pugh not kicking everybody's butt and sitting there and being a queen, like, here I am. That's it, period. Javier Bardem, he be doing stuff, but I knew he was good, so I was expecting nothing less of him. So, you know, there was no like, nobody was slacking on the job, so cool for y'all.
Good for y'all. So the acting was amazing.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, I forgot her bestie.
I wasn't worried about that because the way I was gonna talk about it.
I know, but I forgot. I was like, I'm missing somebody. Oh no, yeah. I want to say it. Some people say Zendaya. Which one is it?
It's Zendaya.
Zendaya. Okay, so Zendaya did a great job. Love her, especially when she was like, "This is crazy," and he was like, "Sit down, girl." I said, "Girl, be quiet. When people here trying to pray." She was like, "Y'all need to get up." I said, "Shh." And then at the end, after he betrayed her, spoiler, and she was like, I'm walking away. I said, "You tell him, girl."
None of this is spoilers because if you watch
okay, yeah.
at this point, if you're watching these videos, you know we're talking about
the movie,
this.
or maybe you watching to see whether you should go see it.
Exactly.
You
So we don't care about spoilers.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Please continue.
So back to me. The acting was great. Timothy is amazing. He's a great actor. I will tend to see anything that he's in because he's great.
He made it.
Yeah, I did see him in Willy in Wonka, and he was wonderful. And he sang in Wonka, and I said, "Okay, range."
Come with me.
All right.
And you'll be in a world of pure imagination.
It's a ruined castle.
Take a look and you'll see into your imagination.
Yeah, Zendaya, I want to be her when I grow up.
Nice.
I am older than her, by the way.
Just a little bit, but that's okay.
But I do want to be her. She is my best friend in my head.
An icon.
She's an icon. She's a legend. She is the moment.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now, come on now.
But Zendaya also is like, she can honestly do no wrong in my book. She can be the worst actor on that stage. You know what I'm going to say?
Perfect.
She was the best.
10 out of 10.
No notes. Okay. Florence Pugh is actually one of my favorite actresses.
Okay.
What's her name? Charlize Theron is like my favorite.
Okay.
And then Florence Pugh definitely like top 3 for sure. So once again, Florence always be hitting it. Like she's so subtle and but powerful. And I love it so much. Yeah, everybody down. Like people, they came to work that day. But, you know, this might be the only positive things I have to say about this movie, possibly. So we're going to move on to storytelling.
Storytelling.
Stunning visuals.
Yes.
Stunning. Oh, yeah, back to you. Felt right.
Is it I sang it? This shit.
Felt right. Stunning visuals. I think it got nominated for like visual effects or whatever. I'm pretty sure something visual.
Love it.
Stunning. I get that, right? It felt like such a big movie, like in contrast to like Nickel Boys and even some of the other ones, which are more quiet movies, like really making you think. I guess this one felt so gigantic and enormous and just like bam.
I get that. Yeah.
It was a little bit boring though. In the middle, there was like I said,
Come on,
mind you, this is the second time I watched it. I watched it when it first came out. It was definitely better than the first one. That first one, I said, "Oh Jesus, help me!" I had to pray a few times.
I'm shocked.
To help me
thought you liked
through this movie because it just felt so long. The second one was definitely better. A lot more action, a lot less slow, but still felt a little like okay. I definitely zoned out here and there in the storytelling. Like I said, the actors did their job. I was just like not that engrossed in it. I zoned out a few times there. But the ending though, when Paul wanted that power, even though he kept saying to Chani that
he ain't wanted,
that he was for her.
He said, "Just kidding. I love you as long as I breathe." Psych, just kidding. Let me.
And the thing is, I think all of that is true.
Right.
But
not that much. If you love me, you're gonna do this to me. That's crazy.
Though he liked that power, and I said, okay. But storytelling was, I guess, I don't know. That's all I got.
Okay.
What you feeling about storytelling?
So I thought the story, in kind of like contrast, I thought the story was interesting as a standalone film for someone who didn't see Dune. I feel like as I was watching it, I know that I kept thinking, well, some of this would make more sense to me if I saw the first movie. I don't know if that's a thing. But like some things were just picked up and it was like, you should know at least who these people are, what their motivations are a little bit, because you should have seen the first movie. So I think definitely going and seeing, I'm always good for seeing stuff and doing stuff out of order. That's just how I be. But like, you know, I appreciate that even though there are some things I didn't get, I still got it. I wasn't like, I couldn't understand a thing because I didn't see the first movie. I still got it as a standalone film. So I appreciated that.
You didn't need to see the first one.
Okay, but that's good because that was one of my thoughts. Was like, I feel like I should go see it now, so I can at least. I feel like at least things will be snapping into my brain. Like, is that what it was about? No, of course I got to. So
No,
I think that was my list.
I think if you want to, go ahead. I just won't ever watch. I mean, I watched the third one because I'm a completer of things.
That's what I feel like I got it. Is there definitely confirmed the third one, or is it just rumor?
No, I think
just like it should definitely be a third one.
Yeah, you can't end it like the way they.
I know. I was like, so there's definitely a third one.
Well, this is based on a book, and I don't know how many books there are.
Okay.
So, but I think there's a third book.
Okay.
But also, you can't end it like that. I'm assuming that Paul and China do end up together at the end of it all. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So
I will say my favorite.
I did like that ending shot. Sorry, of Zendaya with the storm, the sandstorm. Great shot. Great visuals.
I think that was cool. Even like when Paul was learning to do that, like we did the first time, super cool. I think one of my favorite things about in the story was just when the sand people popped up out of the sand and started running. It was like all little beep 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 beep, and then it was like. I said, first of all, I can't even get off the couch and walk regular without being like, ugh. And you popped up from. And start running. I said, that's amazing. You all are amazing. Like, I said, that's crazy.
They're very strong.
So that's what I thought.
They're stable.
They're very strong and stable.
They can run on sand.
Run up, but it's not even. The run on sand is also true, because that's also a struggle for me.
It's very hard. It's very hard on sand.
Coming up out of the sand and running at full force, like they didn't come out and be like, oh, let me.
And they'd be like packed with.
And they're packed, right? So it's like I was like, that's cool.
I said, oh, that's cool.
That was a cool part for me.
Okay. So you like the story?
Okay.
All right. So screenplay.
All I had to say about it was just I appreciate that I wasn't confused because I didn't see the first movie. So I guess
that is good writers.
That's like good writing
because you should be able to maybe hop in.
Yeah.
And you're intrigued enough to possibly go and watch the first one.
Yeah.
So that's good writing. So I think the script, it was religious commentary, and I think maybe the writers don't like religion.
Yeah, especially with Tanya being like, what is this? Even half the people in the group was like,
so like the movie is about this Messiah coming to save people, and like this whole like you can't blindly follow people. This whole thing, just like the prophecy. So definitely religious commentary, and I don't know if the writers like religion. So it makes me think that they don't love our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
You know, if you like to receive Christ, you can just comment.
Call 1-800.
And we will lead you in the salvation.
What's our church number?
215-877-1530 and just say, I would like to learn about Jesus Christ.
We will tell you. Okay. All right. Because Jesus is amazing. You know what I mean? All right. That's all I had was about the character.
How did it make you feel?
Like it should not have been nominated.
I love that. It was so like perfectly lined up. I wish I had a cool thing to say. How did it make you feel?
I was pissed.
Oh.
Because so when we first started watching these films, right, before like the list came out of what was nominated, I was like, you know, I was sending her predictions of what could be nominated.
Yes.
And there was a list where there was a movie on there, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this movie. This is before the list had come out, and I was like, I'm gonna watch this movie. It was not nominated. A Real Pain on Hulu with Kieran McCulkin and Jesse Eisenberg. I think that's him.
Yep.
That movie, so good. So good, right?
Did he get nominated for anything of the
He got nominated for, I think, Best Supporting Actor.
Okay.
And people are underestimating Jesse's, like, how good he also was in that movie. That movie, amazing. I had notes.
Oh, yeah, she showed me them. I was like...
And then, so then it wasn't nominated. So I was like, okay, like I was upset, but I was like, whatever. Watching Dune, I said, they pissed me off. They pissing me, Academy, you pissing me off. Cause why? I don't, y'all also don't love Jesus. Clearly. That's the conclusion I come to, is that y'all only doing it because y'all don't like Jesus.
And if you'd like to receive
but now we're back to that.
877-1530
because
about Jesus.
We'll have someone who talk to you about the Lord and Savior. But yeah, that's how it made me feel. Pissed.
I feel like I should go see the first movie just because I was like, okay, what? And I feel like, well, maybe I would see the third movie. I don't know. You know, I'd be sweet. So now I'm like, I don't know. But I know initially first just so I can like lock in all of those things and all the relationships and all the little side stares that I was like, do they know each other? Or do they have, you know, stuff that I was like, you know, my father, and I was like, dang, I don't even know anything that happened before this, but you know, so that's mostly what I felt like. Also, I just kept thinking about how handsome Timothée Chalamet is.
So Timothy made her feel things.
Timothy Chalamet. No, I literally was like, man,
he's so cute.
He's very handsome. He's got a good face.
He's a very pretty face.
He does. Got the hair with all.
That's how I want to feel about my future man. I just want to be like, look at him, and be like, I like your face.
Yeah, let me touch it.
Yeah. Okay, touch it.
Your face.
All right.
Okay.
Well, on to the next one.
Annie, I got a kid who wants someone who speaks Russian. Let's go.
No, I'm eating my food.
You're killing me. He's a spender. Come on, let's go. Hello, this is the beautiful Annie.
Hi, I'm Annie.
I'm Ivan.
It was really weird. Like, I love him. No way. Yes way. Bruh. And I'm seeing him again tonight.
Will you marry me?
Seriously?
Seriously.
3 carrots.
What about 4?
You hit the lotto, bitch.
I know. Bro, didn't I tell you?
Are you happy?
Very happy.
Ivan, your parents are gonna kill you.
I love my husband.
You do not know this guy.
We are consenting adults.
If you think this is gonna be allowed, you're dead wrong.
Do not touch me.
Like Cinderella.
Yes, Cinderella. We are married. They're gonna have to accept that. Doesn't matter about anything, okay?
Anora.
Makes sense. All right,
Acting. I thought everybody did great. It's almost like our Philadelphia tour when I kept saying like, so how was Ambiance? I thought it was super nice. You're like, girl. No, I thought everybody was like, you know, nobody, like I said, with Dune, nobody was slacking. You know, everybody came in. A moment that I thought was really cool was in the scene, I keep saying spoilers, but in the scene where old boy's people came to the house and, you know, old boy ran away and like everybody was like yelling and screaming and Nora was yelling and screaming. I thought it was really interesting that like nobody was like missing from that scene. Like everybody was doing something and it was like nobody was like, you know, Nora's yelling, the other guy's like, stop yelling, the other guy's yelling, but nobody was just in the back like everybody was present and every moment they were on screen. It was just like, even in the back, they were still like actively doing stuff and I thought that was super cool. So shout out to all of y'all.
Yeah. I think Mickey Madison, I think that's the girl, Mikey. Right? Mikey Madison.
Maybe. Mickey or Mikey. Tell us, Mikey. Comment and tell us phonetically how to say your name.
She did amazing. I thought she was so great. She has such a stage presence. I don't know who she is. So I've never seen any movie with her. But she has she was captivating from the very first shot of when she was being a hoe. Essentially.
From dancing.
Being a prostitute. That was her job.
Sex worker.
Yeah, prostitute. Or I guess
she was also an exotic dancer at first too.
Well, I think there's all like I think she was a prostitute, and then maybe for certain people she does have sex with them. Sex worker. I think she's a sex worker, right? I think so. Yeah, I think she's a sex worker because I think the director had interviewed sex workers to like, you know, get, I guess, to make sure that it was really authentic, you know?
Okay, cool.
But she was captivating from that moment all the way up until the very end when she's crying on Igor, right?
Shout out to Igor.
And so, and I thought she was amazing. Igor, Tim, who plays, his name is Yuri Boris. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, sir.
Let me see.
I also think that he was also brilliant.
I loved him so much.
Because he was quiet, yet like and subtle, yet like you could feel everything in his face and his eyes.
Yeah.
And he was nominated, and so was Mickey.
Love it.
They both were nominated, and I think that was very well deserved. They held it down. I said, yeah, period. This is what we're doing. Yep. All right. Storytelling. It was chaotic, but hilarious. Like, I was surprised by how much I laughed. I was very engrossed in it though.
Same.
It was a little overwhelming at times with how chaotic it was, especially with all the goons. And I was like, why are the goons so chaotic?
Yes.
They are the most chaotic goons ever. I did not take them seriously at all. But, you know what I mean? But I thought it was beautiful. I loved how they kept focusing in on Igor.
Yes.
So you knew that
he was important.
Something was going to happen between Igor and Ani, but I predicted. I knew when the moment. I think the second time they were focusing on him when they were focused on him when she was talking or something. I said he's going to fall in love with her. Saw that happening, but I love that, right? One of the descriptions, it was like, oh, it's a Cinderella type story. I said Cinderella.
I said where? Only because she said it's my Cinderella story or something. And I said, oh, okay.
Because I think it's because it's like, you know, she was like, you know, not like she was like, you know, a sex worker and he's like this rich guy and he goes to marry her and then she like levels up or something like that. Yeah. But also he was the worst. So, speaking of acting, I'm sorry, we're gonna go back. The guy that played.
Oh yeah. See how much I don't like you. Like,
I don't know. He was okay. Like next to Mikey and Yuri. I'm so sorry, I'm mispronouncing your name. He was okay next to them too. I was like, when he kind of ran away and he wasn't really on screen anymore, I was kind of happy.
Oh no.
Okay, so back to storytelling.
Okay.
What I also really liked was there was sex was a major part of the story, right? Ani having sex with her husband, that's husband now, was very much so contrasted with her having sex with Igor. So like the sex with Ivan, that's his name. The sex with Ivan was very quick and fast, and it kind of showed their relationship, which was very quick, fast, chaotic. That's how their sex was.
How she be connected.
like you know, their relationship was very quick, fast, chaotic, all over the place. You know, she tried to teach him, tried to get him to slow down, but they never I don't think they ever got on the same page. But and even the sound, the score was very quick and fast and chaotic and stuff like that. And that described her life as well. Her life was very quick, fast, chaotic. Her relationship was very quick, fast, chaotic. The sex, quick, fast, chaotic. I think that was the theme, right? But then we got to Igor, and it was only like a few seconds of like the very ending scene. It was silent, which I think represented how her life has, you know, her relationship with Igor probably calmed her. She finally feels seen, where she can just soften. But it was very slow and intimate, the sex with Igor at the end, which probably will describe their relationship, which is someone who's really going to try to get to know her and not just look at her as like a sex person, like an object, which she's never had before. But it was very like silent, like the score, like no music, and I think that her mind probably calmed down, and that's probably why she was able to cry and release, because it felt different. You know what I mean? It was supposed to be, I think, a different scene than the rest of the movie, which was very like this, and then it was like, you know, and beautiful story there. Beautiful.
So yeah, the story, I agree. I was locked in from the moment, even though I was jarred a lot by so many F-bombs.
So many.
And
I wrote that down here somewhere.
Yes.
So, and you saw everything.
Everything. There was nothing.
Literally, I said, oh, naked women. So this is right out the gate. This is the type of movie we in for.
Breast and booty, nipples everywhere. Like it
It was very intense. It's okay.
And they said, we want you to really feel like you're here with us, and they did that. I think y'all did a great job for making. I was in the story with her. I was at the strip club with Annie.
She was a stripper. But not really, because I also wrote down I can never be a stripper. You have to be real extrovert. Real extroverted.
Yeah, like walking up like, hey, what you come here for? I said, ooh. I could never.
I think people still walk in and be like, no, we're okay. We're not doing that again.
Oh my God. I'm like, no, just send them to my room, because I ain't coming to be like, hey, what you feeling like today? I would have been like, that's not my personality. So. But it was so much of that, but also, like I said, it was central to her character and to the story. So, you know, I was locked in with Annie. She carried me with her, like, through all of from working and then from being free, how happy she was. Well, at first, you know, when she was like, are you serious? But he was like, yeah, let's get married. But secretly in the back of my mind, I was like, because he said, yeah, if we get married, I'll be a citizen. And I was like, listen, girl, listen. Now if we get married, we can be together. He said, I'll be a citizen. I said, wait a minute. What are you trying to pull? But
his green card.
Okay, I said, not the green card. And so I was like, she was so happy, I'm married. And he said, I'm a citizen. I think that's actually what happened. I said, oh, baby, no. And then, like, all the times with Igor, I love, like she said, when my favorite part was when after they're walking around searching for Ivan, and he had the scarf, though it was the same scarf that was got. She's like, are you serious? It's the scarf that you got. But then also went back and was like, give me that. I'm like, but he brought it. He didn't bring it to put it on himself. He put it in his pocket because he wasn't about to give it to anybody else. He was like, she's going to be cold out here. But it's in my pocket. I was like, I love Igor. But also,
he was the best.
The other goon was just hilarious to me. Every time he was just like, no, my nose is broken. Don't touch her. She's a monster.
She was crazy.
He was crazy. She was, but I just love him. He was just you know what?
He was hilarious.
He was so funny to me. I loved him.
He was so funny.
But then always to the moment that when she was little, I physically could feel her break when like she's on top of Ivan and she just started crying. I felt her break, and I literally was like, oh.
This is what she needed.
I was just like. I felt that for her. Like, yeah, I love that for her. I said, oh.
And not a word was spoken.
Not a word.
I loved it so much.
I love it.
To be seen and to be known.
I love it. And it's a funny thing, it was on the verge of kind of like the only way she could thank Ivan or like show her gratitude for even like keeping the ring and giving it to her was to have sex, and kind of like this is the world. Yeah, she reverted like this is the world. She knew. I'm gonna give you a thank you by doing what I know. But then it was just kind of like he was not like, yeah, get in here. Like she was just like
he accepted the sex.
It was just like,
but he also tried to like
and I was like, I just felt her. I said,
she wouldn't let her. She wouldn't let him kiss her.
Yeah,
but. Yeah,
she was crying. I just felt I was broken with her. I said, not my girl, not my Annie.
Okay. So screenwriting.
I thought it was a cool script. I thought it was really interesting with the script. It was kind of like Annie didn't get like a happy ending. She got like a cathartic ending. So it didn't end with like, and he whisked her away and they got married. This other guy, like Igor, not Ivan, and they paid her all the money and she got a house by herself. Like it wasn't like a dinner montage with some happy music and her moving on. It was just like broken ending, but it was cathartic. I thought that was really cool writing.
Okay. Yeah, I thought the script was very simple. There was nothing like, I don't think like too deep about it. I think in this case, the storytelling was the focus more so than the writing. All right, so how did it make me feel? Sad. I think it's just sad because it's like, you know, having to basically like sell your body. I think that's just a heartbreaking thing, like, you know what I mean? I think, you know, but also to think that like, you know, because people are looking at you as objects and you're not one, you are a person with feelings, your body matters, like, you know what I mean? Like, like your body is a temple. So I was really sad because it's just like, and I think this has to do with Mikey's acting. It's just, you know, your heart broke for her because she's just this confident person. But you saw, like we said, you know, like you saw her confidence break at the very end. And you saw it breaking throughout the whole thing. Like when her husband, who she, like at first she didn't take him seriously, and then you see her guard starting to go down and he kind of abandons her. And so I think, you know, she's probably used to that life. Right. But then like, also at the same time, she I think she had saw herself start to like him a lot more, and she thought that, you know, she was finally out of it. But then she wasn't. And I think like, you know, and then she broke at the end. So I was just really sad for her. But I was very happy at the end though that someone finally like comforted her, because I think that's what she needed, and I really do hope that they have a long and prosperous life. No facts. I know it ended, but I hope they're doing so well.
They got kids.
You know,
and
they got a nice little house, all that. But that's how What about you?
No, exactly the same. I just was like, I want her to be loved, so like the same. I was sad for her, but also glad that she got to experience that, and glad that he had been, even when she was kind of tearing him down in the last day, like when she returned and stayed in the house and he was there, and she was trying to tear him down because that's just the only language she knew, and he was just like.
But he wasn't like, deterred by her.
Yeah, and also I was like, man, I hope they have a great life together. So
now that was a Cinderella story.
Yes.
Maybe that's what it was. Just not the end part. Not well, just the whole thing. The love story between her and Igor. Maybe that's the Cinderella part.
Love it.
Not her and Ivan.
No.
Ivan can really go somewhere.
You're the worst.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, on to another kind of love story, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Yay.
É uma sensação esquisita, né? Sentir alívio com um atestado de óbito.
Tá todo mundo lá fora falando da gente. A Vera não sabe o que tá acontecendo.
Essa carta!
Você tá mentindo pra gente!
Você tá bem, mãe?
Tô, filho.
É desenho, claro que é desenho.
3, 2, 1. Não precisa sorrir.
Por que não?
O editor pediu.
Pediu o quê?
Uma foto menos feliz.
Nós vamos sorrir. Sorriam.
Acting.
No, Chloe, you have to say the name title. I'm still here.
Oh. I'm still here.
Here we go. It's not right until she starts it. And I don't even know if it's going to make it into the thing because it might get cut. But it puts us into the right mindset. Right? Okay.
Acting.
Yes.
I can do that part. Okay.
Yes.
I thought everybody did a great job. Great job all across the board. I mean, even the kiddies, everybody, just great job. So much so, the main character woman, I was like watching interviews of her, and I think she's just so charming and so adorable. And so I felt sad for her, like this is her real life. Like, that's how good she was acting. I was like, oh, your husband. I was like, oh, that's not her real life. That's right. She was, you know, she's playing a character. But great job, everybody.
She was acting someone else's real life.
Right. So
Yes.
yeah, super cool.
Okay. Yeah, same thing. The mom, Fernanda Torres is her name.
Yes. Hey, girl.
She ate down, gave me what I needed.
She gave us a masterclass, child.
Masterclass on acting.
Yes.
Because because you can overact, but you felt her anger. You felt her fear. She was calm for the kids. She never left being a mom. Her eyes said everything I needed to say. Her subtle movements in her face. I said she needs to win all the awards and I just don't know why she hasn't. And it's pissing me off because I'm pretty sure Demi Moore has been beating her and you pissing me and my homegirls off the Academy.
Oh no.
You pissing me off. Yeah. Ate down. And the kids,
right?
Like when they cry, I cry. Y'all should know I did tear up.
Of course.
In this movie. Okay. On to storytelling. Emotional. Great story. Like I did not know this was actually based on a real story until the very end when they started doing the black and white photos. I said out loud, oh, this is a real story.
She did.
I said it was a great setup. Like from beginning, like you knew, like they did a great job at like making you fall in love with this family, while also letting you know that what's happening with the Brazilian government is going to directly affect this family. They like because you saw like from the very beginning, you saw like little snippets of what was going on with the Brazilian government, like with the daughter getting stopped by the cops, like even like when they were in the water, the helicopter and stuff like that. But they were setting up the love that this family really had for each other, and not only that, but they were setting up the love that these kids had for their father. They were obsessed with that man.
They loved him, and he loved them.
And I love this so much. They did such a good job of like just like telling that story to the point where you knew that when he was gone, how much it would impact them. Because like the next day they kept asking for that man.
When is he coming home?
And he had a relationship with each of them.
Yeah, individually, like
it was a great story. Like everybody did their job. They did their big one. That director, I said you ate down.
Period.
So it was perfect. Perfect. What do you think about your storytelling?
Same. I think I was on edge from the very moment, and they did everything they could to make me be on edge with them. Like the people who are active, well, obviously in the story, in the movie, actively living on edge, I was on edge whole time. Like music with, like she said, when Mama was in the ocean and the helicopter, the very first shot, helicopter flies over and she was like, and I was like, oh.
So every time the doorbell rang, it was like, is this the moment that's gonna happen?
And like when they were sending, I forgot, the oldest daughter off to England, and they were taking a picture on the beach, and then the truck of soldiers went by, and she's like, I was like, oh my God, what is happening? And then they got stopped, and I was just like on edge every moment. Then when they came and got him, because I still was a little hopeful, I said, it's fine. He gonna get a little beat up. He gonna come back. And then when he was like, how was the first time jump? Was that the bigger one, or was the one was like 5 years?
Oh, when she was in the, she was because they took her too.
Yeah.
And they took her in the second oldest. The second oldest, they sent her home, but then they were she was counting in her cell the number of days.
I said, not her in jail.
Yeah,
What?
and so they like
Come
knew
get my mom.
they had time jumped, and then later on they really time jumped 25 years. But
they did a couple. They did the first one when they first got the death certificate. That was a time jump, and then again when Mama was suffering from dementia. So
you talk about two big time.
Like when it first was like whatever years later, I said, wait a minute, where is Daddy? Like I was the child too. I said, where is my father? Where is he? Go get my daddy. And then I was like,
he's never
coming home.
When 25 years have passed, I think they're telling you go.
And like to add on to the individualized, the way he fathered his children, like with his son, the only boy, he was like, yeah, you can't beat me and whatever the game was. And then the one daughter who always liked to wear his shirts, he had that connection with her.
That part took me out when she went into his room and she put on her shirt. I said,
and she smelled it. She was like, I said, oh.
When the mom came home and then the kids came in there and started crying the next day, I said, no. When Fernanda was in that tub scrubbing the dirt,
I was scrubbing too. I said, get it off of us.
Took me out.
I felt so nasty with her. I was like, I need a shower. I need a shower because I've been in jail with her for I don't know how many days. Like I literally, when she was scrubbing, I said, get it off, girl. Get it off.
But it was just so beautiful. It felt like she was not just scrubbing the dirt, but she just wanted to scrub off everything that had just happened to her and just hoping that maybe she'll wake up from a bad dream.
Yeah, and then like, he'll come home tomorrow. We'll be good. And it's like, no.
And they didn't even get to say bye to the kids.
Yeah.
Which was really sad.
Was there anyone in the house when he left?
Yeah, the children were there.
They were there, but he didn't say bye to them. He said bye to her, which I was grateful for that. But
he wasn't able to say bye to the kids, which was
so sad,
heartbreaking because they thought their father was coming home and he never did.
Yeah.
And that's like the most heartbreaking thing ever. And so, okay, screenplay. We're so sad. What do you think about the script?
It was really, I think it was well written. Like we said earlier, kept us compelled and made me feel things. The time jumps they were like a little bit jarring, but because we were like, oh man, we're waiting for Dad 25 years later. What? I literally was like, oh, not 25. Wait. So it made me be like, wait. So I think that's good because it made me react and respond. And it just like made me feel like heartbroken, like as going through it, just think about like you said, like the father who loves his kids and the wife that really loved her husband and he clearly really loved her. And so the way it was written, it made me, I was like in there with them. I was in the family, like I said earlier, so I think it was well written. What do you think?
I thought the script was really nice. I thought it being based on a true story. It was based on, they got the information from the son Marcello's book. I thought that one of my favorite genres, I guess you could say, is movies that are based on true stories. I do like documentaries too, but I've seen lots of movies that are also like I think the last movie I saw that was based on a true story was the one with Viola Davis about Michael Jordan and the sneakers. So Air.
Yes.
I knew that was a true story because Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan, yeah.
So I didn't really know, but I didn't know much about this story, so that's why I didn't know. But I thought the script was really well done. I think the writers, like I said in the storytelling, they wrote it in such a way where we fell in love with the family as much as they loved each other as well. And so when the father basically, went away, got kidnapped, and then died, you also felt the heartbreak of the family because it was just written really well where you could feel their connection.
Yeah.
So I thought it was great. As to how did it make us feel?
Right.
Emotional. I did tear up. But I was, at the end, I was happy and resolved. The father was not there, of course, but they got the death certificate.
Right.
The family loved each other. They grew into this ginormous family with their spouses and the kids. With grief, what happens with grief is you're experiencing it in the moment. Even when you reach the final stage of the acceptance and you I guess move on, but you never really truly move on because it definitely can come in at any point in time. 25 years can go by and you still feel it. Doesn't matter at all. But I think also the thing is with grief, you do learn how to live with it, and the sadness kind of turns into happiness. You start, thinking about the people in more of a, not in a, you miss them, but you can laugh now, at the crazy things they did or the stories they told. You look at pictures of them, you're like, oh my God, I remember it. They're so great. So it's just that's the thing. And I think this was just a beautiful story of a family, of love, of loss, of grief, but most importantly, the love of their father. They carried that with them for the rest of their life. Sometimes life doesn't end the way you want it to, they would have wanted their father back, but sometimes life situations don't hand you that. And it's all about how do you handle those times when life doesn't exactly go the way you want and stuff like that. Grief can be dark and dirty, but it's also very beautiful when handled correctly. So, yeah, that's how I felt.
Well, because it can't all be sorrow, can it? I've always been alone, so I don't feel the lack. It's all I've ever known. I've never experienced loss because I've never had a loved one to lose. But what is grief, if not love persevering?
That was so beautifully put.
I'm a comforters ministry person at my church. I said ministry person is crazy.
So you need help with your grief. We have comforters ministry events every first Tuesday of the month, and where she can bless you and teach you how to handle your grief correctly. Call 215-877-1530.
You can also learn about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah.
Begin and end with that.
Yeah.
Always. He is the author and perfecter.
Period. Of our
Alpha
faith.
and Omega.
Period.
Beginning and end. Okay, sorry. How did it make you feel?
So I felt stressed the whole time.
She was.
I was stressed the whole time. I was clutching my pearls. I was sitting there in popcorn oh my God. I really felt I remember when the teenagers, I guess they were teenagers, the oldest daughter and her friends got stopped by the police. Were they the police? The military? One of them. I remember cringing so hard because of America's history with police and black people, and so I immediately cringed so hard because I was like, oh my God, please.
I didn't want something. I thought something bad was gonna happen there too.
Oh my God!
I said, please let that girl get home.
Literally, when I felt the parents at home, what are you supposed to be at home? Where's she at? And I was like, oh my gosh! I felt that so much, and I was like, oh God! I started cringing. Please don't write this to be something crazy. Like she don't make it home, and it was earlier in the film. So I was like, it's too early. That and like I don't want y'all to think those of you filmmakers who made this movie who are obviously watching our review because you want to know what we felt. I don't want you to feel like you stressed me out. I just want you to
But you did stress her out.
It's okay. You did, but it was an okay stress because it was like obviously I can put that down because it's not really happening right now. Obviously, you know, did, but you know. Yeah. So that was that. I felt like I just felt all the things. So I felt the fear, I felt the frustration, I felt the anger. Like when she went out to the car, I said, "Where is my husband?" I said, "Yes." I wanted the window to break, but I said, I don't think she got that strength, especially after they killed the dog. I don't know if they did.
Dog was crazy.
Ran over the dog. I said, "Not the." So then
not the dog.
The puppy. Are you kidding me? Like I felt everything they told me to feel. I was like, I'm on board. We're feeling it. Period. Sign me up to feel everything you want me to feel because I did. And I feel like also one last thing I felt, which I guess it wasn't felt, but also it's just like I learned something. I had no idea about this whole regime and the corrupt government in Brazil. Knew nothing about it. So y'all taught me something. So that's fun.
It's always fun, right? When they teach you in a fun way?
Yeah.
Or not so fun way. I don't know. It depends upon how you look at that, I guess. All right. So now we go to our rating. We did 3 movies. We're going to do 3 ratings, okay? Our rating is 1 to 5. 1 is trash. 5 is floating. Okay, so first we're going to do Dune Part 2. What are you rating?
Dune Part 2.
Dune Part 2.
I'm going to rate Dune Part 2 a 3.5.
Okay. I'm going to give a 2.5.
Nice.
Dune Part 2.
Okay.
Yeah, still pissing me off. Next up is Anora. What are you rated Anora?
I'm gonna give Anora a 4.25.
Okay. I'm gonna give Anora a 4.5.
Okay.
That's very good. That was very good. And last but not least, I'm Still Here.
I'm Still Here.
What are you giving I'm Still Here?
I'm gonna give I'm Still Here a 4.5.
I'm giving it a 5.
She gave it a 5.
If it wins, and honestly,
I'd be okay with it.
We'll get to this at the end. I think it should win. If Wicked wins, it is a 5. Wicked is a 5 too. And we still have a few other movies to watch as well, of course. But I'm Still Here was perfect. Like the last time a movie got a perfect score, they also won was Coda. And it had, I remember when I went through those 10 movies, and I think Coda was the last movie I watched, and I said no. It had everything I needed in a movie. Emotion, family, love, a resolved feeling at the end, and this is what this movie had. It gave me that feeling, and Coda won. So, you know, I just want to say my track record.
It's 100 out of 10.
You know what I mean? So maybe the Academy will get on board.
I hope everybody
you've been pissing us off. You've been pissing me off.
Stop pissing her off.
You know what I mean? You're pissing me and my homegirls off. So
oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, it was perfect. But yeah,
nice.
All right, what did y'all think? Y'all have been asking us to review I'm Still Here. Y'all was patiently waiting. So please tell us in the comments.
Tell us.
Absolutely. She said.
I don't know. It's been a long day, a long movie, a long video.
Tell us, please, 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 right?
Yep. Okay, guys. We'll see you next time.
This has been another episode of the C&T Review. Thank you for joining us.
If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and check out our other videos. We'll see you next time.